don't know if you can tell, but that is kind of like a bluish tone right in here. It's washing out to make my hair look pretty much greenish gray. And what I'm gonna do today is I'm going to just go ahead and strip this freaking color out. And I want it blonde. Okay, so this is the color Oops that I got. I got 2 boxes, as you can see. And this one is the extra strength, and it says wash away difficult colors, removes artificial hair color. Okay, so the important thing you need to know is this takes 20 minutes. It is ammonia and bleach free, and you can recolor on the same day. I'm gonna read the back of the box to you guys because I want you guys to know this before you go out and buy some. So basically, I will just read this. Color Oops Extra Strength removes artificial color from hair that has become too dark. For instance, if your hair was blonde and you applied a brown color that is too dark, Color Oops can be used to get your hair back to a blonde shade. The bottom option down here is you can use it the way that I'm going to be using it. Color Oops can also be used to remove artificial color from hair that was lightened but became off-tone. For instance, if you have naturally brown hair and used an ash blonde color and your hair is now blonde with a green tint, like me, Color Oops will remove the green tint but your hair will remain blonde. So I'm thinking this will work because I've used it before, and I will insert a picture of one time when I used this with red hair. I had blonde hair before the red dye, and then I just dyed it red, and then I used the Color Oops because I was tired of it, and it came out in one use completely, and I was super happy with it. I highly suggest this stuff. I've used the Color Fix with argan oil in it, and that stuff is amazing too, but this was $3 cheaper, so I was like, you know what, I'm kind of broke right now, so I'll just go to Walmart and get this. Usually I don't suggest box things from Walmart, but if you're just gonna get Color Oops and remove some hair dye, that's totally fine. Well, at least it should be. So yeah, one of the important things about using this stuff is that it really only works if you have like blonde underneath waiting to come out afterwards. So if you've previously dyed your hair blonde and then put a color over top of it, it should turn out blonde again or pretty close to blonde. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Everybody has different hair types, but I know it works for me. I have pretty thick hair, but I've been dyeing it for years now, so my hair kind of just has a lot of bleach kind of seeped into it. So I know this is gonna work, but yeah, so these dark roots right here will probably become lighter, possibly brassy, so just in case they get brassy, I went to Sally Beauty Supply and purchased some T18 toner. So it's the lightest ash blonde, so if I absolutely have to, I can use this and go over and tone it. But I think it'll turn out okay. Side note, when I went to Sally, I went over to this lady and I asked her questions. Usually I know what I'm talking about and I know what I'm doing when it comes to hair, but I also want to make sure and have some extra confirmation about some things. So I asked her, I was like, if I use the color remover, will my roots turn brassy? She was like, I don't know. I don't know. I was like, well, I mean, I've done it before and I just can't really remember exactly how it turned out for the roots. And she was just like, I don't know, I'm not a beautician, so sorry. I'm just like, why do you work here if you don't know what you're talking about? And then I also asked her, I was like, will this be enough for my hair? And she said yes. And I asked her, I was like, will this be good to use? And she was like, I don't know, not a beautician. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, come on, I know more than you, and I've never worked at Sally's before. Yeah, I mean, there was that one time that I got super lucky at Sally with Nellie, which if you have seen my dark brown to silver hair video, you will know that because everything she suggested worked out perfect for me. But sometimes there are people that don't know what they're doing, so you kind of just have to do your research before you go in. The big difference about Color Oops versus the Color Fix that you can get at Sally's is I've noticed that the Color Fix comes with like a stop lotion, if you know what I mean. It'll stop it from like the lightening or the stripping process. That way you can get the color that you exactly want. But I know for a fact that I want to go as light as possible, so I don't really need one of those anyway. So that's another important thing to know if you're trying to pick one of these. So it just comes with 1 and 2. I'm just going to mix them together, shake it, and apply. It's that simple. Each time you buy something that is pre-packaged in a box, the gloves are always going to be found in the pamphlet. So just thought I would say that before you try to jump ahead and just use your hands, because you don't want to do that. Alright, so I have just combined the two. I'm not gonna lie, this one has like a kind of smell and aroma to it, but the Color Fix smells like complete because it has sulfur in it, so. Aw, this one does smell like sulfur, but it's not as bad. Oh yeah, it is. It's pretty bad. Okay. Alright. I'm going to apply it here first because this is the color that I absolutely hate. This always happens to me. Tell me why this always happens. Got it all over my shirt, which is fine because you always want to wear a shirt you don't really care about. How do I even apply this without making a mess? Oh my god, dude, this is like too watery. Okay, so I'm gonna put my hand and block it when I do it and then just kind of massage it in. So, here's my tactic, guys. Little secret. You just go ahead and squeeze it on there and then wipe it on since it's super liquidy. I don't know if you can see that, but that's crazy. This stinks. I'm gonna have to do like a deep conditioning with some minty shampoo and conditioner. By the way, you guys, since you're stripping color, you can use shampoo and conditioner to clean this out. Every other YouTuber is gonna tell you to section your hair when you do this, but I simply don't have the patience or the technique to do that. Alright, I'm just gonna cover my whole head with this. It's gonna take me a few minutes, so I'll be back. So as you can see, it's starting to turn like a yellowy blonde, and up here is kind of like greenish, but it's slowly turning to that yellowy blonde color. I haven't really done much to this side yet because I need to open the other bottle. I ran out. So yeah, I'll stay in touch. So it's all spread throughout my hair, and as you can see, Color Fix or Color Oops actually does not lighten the roots like I thought it did, but that's totally fine because I think it'll still turn out good. But the only problem is you can actually see now that it's like lifting the color, how like greenish it looks at the roots. So I'm really hoping that if I leave this in for 20 or maybe 30 minutes, I'll probably push it to 30 because it doesn't have any bleach in it or ammonia. So I'm gonna leave it in for 30 minutes, see if this green comes out. If it doesn't come out, I guess I'll just have to tone it. I don't know if toning will work on green. For future reference, if you do plan on ever putting any blue dye in your hair, know that it is a bitch to get out. So I tried to do this thing where I did like blue roots or whatever, and it just didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to, so I'm just gonna put the rest of this right on the green. Honestly, you guys, I do think this stuff works. I think this is gonna turn out good. Because this green was a lot darker like 5 minutes ago. As you can see, it's definitely lifted to a blonde, but I'm going to actually use this generic version of Shimmer Lights purple shampoo. I don't have the conditioner anymore, I ran out because I used it for toning in the past, but let's see if this helps get it to a more even color. But yeah, it's still a little bit green at the top. We'll see what we gotta do. Do you see that color? I want it gone. I want all of it to be like this ashy blonde. So I guess that's where this lightest ash blonde is gonna come in, huh? I'm genuinely tired of maintaining a hair color, so I just can't wait for this to be like completely natural blonde or ash natural blonde, somewhere in between those two. As much as it may seem like I love dyeing my hair, I hate the process, so I guess I'll do this tonight. Alright, so I've got everything I need with me. I've got my measuring bowl. There are numbers on the side, right here. So it's a 1:2 ratio. So, one of these to developer. And today I'm going to be using Salon Care 20 volume developer. You can use 10 probably to get it out, but I'm really persistent on getting this out. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pour the developer in first. Since there's nothing else in the bowl, you'll get an exact measurement. This bottle right here is 1.4 fluid ounces. So that means we're going to do 2.8. So we'll do just around the line of the number 3, a little bit below that. And now I'm just going to pour this entire bottle of toner in, T18 Light Ash Blonde. So I've never used this toner before for getting out green. I've only used it for getting out brass, and it really worked well for that. So I know it's got like a purpley lavendery kind of look to it, and the lavender should cancel out the green since it's not very dark. And the great thing about this is I threw away the gloves and I don't have any more gloves, so we'll make it work. Before you try to jump ahead and just use your hands, because you don't want to do that. So you want it to be a pretty thick and goopy consistency. I'm not gonna brush too hard. A lot of people say you're not supposed to brush your hair before you put any kind of developer, bleach, or anything like that on it, so I'm not brushing on my scalp. That way if I accidentally tear my scalp a little bit, no chemicals will get in. I'm just lightly brushing the hair part. And the most stubborn part is always right here for some reason, so I'm just gonna do some right there to start with. The funny thing is, down towards the bottom of my hair is actually like the exact color I want, so I'm not gonna have to apply much down there. As you can see, it's actually already kind of tackling the color. And back here, for some reason I have some brassy parts, so I'm gonna go over that as well. It's actually taking the greenish parts and turning it into like a more gray color. I was tired of having hair that had to be maintained, so what this is gonna do is it's just going to cancel out those green tones. It's not going to make my hair gray, but it's gonna give it that ashy color that I want, because my natural color is kind of like an ash brown, so it'll match much better than it would if it was green or yellow. I've also heard that anti-dandruff shampoo or conditioner helps get color out because it has sulfite in it, I believe. And that is actually one of the ingredients that is in color remover. So going over it a few times with some anti-dandruff shampoo would probably help. I think that's about all I need to do, honestly, because this color is going to turn out like this down here. Okay, so let me take the brightness down a little bit. There we go. Now that I have used the T18 toner, I feel much better about it. This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted, so yeah, I'm completely happy with it, honestly. I feel like there's still a little bit of cool tones in here. No more yellow. I'm very happy with it. I wanted to make sure I told you this, actually. I did not leave that toner on my hair for like more than 5 minutes. I washed it out like immediately because I didn't want my hair to actually turn silver or gray. I wanted it to be a pale ash blonde, and that's what I got. So thank you guys for watching. That's how I got to blonde from some bluish, greenish, grayish hair.